So I ran back in last night, got home pretty late, so I've just given the boat a little bit of a tidy up, but now I'm going to fillet these fish. So I've got that nice big red and I've got a Rankin. Now I'm staying at my mate's house, the knife merchant, so we're going to plug his business. He sells the old Victorinox knives, which is all I use, but I'm going to make him up a little special ceviche salad type thing with the Rankin. And I'll have the red prepared nicely for when he gets back home. He's on a little retreat with his beautiful girlfriend Annie. So gonna get that ready for him. I'll show you the process. I'll make it pretty quick, but something very tasty that you can whip up at home or when you're out camping. Nice and easy, don't need too many ingredients. Gonna fillet these fish up, so let's go for a little walk in here. Now, what knife should I use? So these are the Victorinox knives, sharp as you've seen. I've cut my finger open on one of them before. What I like to use are the little flexible ones to kind of bone it and like cut an edge around it. And then if it's a big fish, I'll use a long one. If it's a small fish, I'll just use this for the whole thing. So I'll give you a quick little demo. I'm not the best filleter in the world, but I've got a few to get through today. So I'll pretty much just use this one, edge them, bone them, then use a big one to slice through, and then I'll use the skinning knife to finish off the skin, unless they want the skin on to cook. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on how quick I can fillet this red with these new knives. Now, I'm no expert at it, but I've just filleted a few, so I've got my iron. So we'll see how we go. Now we've got that nice fillet here. We're just going to skin it just like this. Look at this tank of a fish. Just look at that mouth, the big blubbery lips. These guys are so cool. Sickest looking fish. Now we've got a beautiful size Rankin cod. What do we got? About 70 centimeters. So not too big, not too small. You can see how silvery grey they go once they've passed. But we're gonna make a very delicious meal out of this guy. A bit of fat on their meat, so they cook up really well. You can put them over a bed of veggies, so all the fat and oil drips out and makes the veggies go crusty. So perhaps that's what I might do. I haven't decided yet. So I'm back after fishing. I'm in a bit of civilization. One of my good mates, Reggie's, let me use his house while I'm in Karratha because it is bloody hot at the moment. So I'm gonna cook up this fish. Now in the video, I said I was gonna do a green mango and papaya salad because Reggie has a mango tree at the front of his house and he had some green mangoes. And I thought that'd be cool to use some fresh ingredients. But there was no papaya at the shops. So I thought I'd just go back to the old faithful and we're gonna do a ceviche with mango, lemon, avocado, onion, chili, and we're going to use a bit of the red emperor. I'll show you how quick and easy it is. I'm going to have this for dinner tonight. Let's do it. So a couple of years ago, we lived on Hamilton Island where we just worked some casual jobs to get to experience the really nice Whitsundays lifestyle. And there happened to be a lot of Latinos or people from South America living there. So we ate a lot of ceviche with them and they all did it slightly different depending on what country they were from. But basically they eat it as a sharing meal. So everything you had with them, whether it was steak or pasta, not that they really eat pasta that much, but any sort of dish, they'll just make one big plate and they'd all share it. So if they had a steak or carne, which means meat, or beef, I'm pretty sure, they would get like a massive one. They'll get like a kilo steak or 2 kilo like bit of rump, and they'll cook it up and everyone would eat it. So the tips that they showed us, or kind of the common things with all of them when they were cooking up their ceviche, is that you want the fish tiny. You want it in tiny, tiny little slices so that how they share it, whether it's on a bit of crusty bread or if it's on a cracker or whatever it is, they usually would always dip it with something or use something to eat it. nacho chip, like corn chip. You want it really small so that all the other bits you cut up, the avocado, the onion, the chili, all that, they're all tiny little pieces, so you get all the little bits of flavor in one go. So from some of the countries, I can't remember exactly right, but let's just use Ecuador as an example. They would use more like lettuce and tomato, and it was like a big salad. So you'd get this big kind of like group of different fruits and veggies and all that mixed together, but you could eat it on its own or like a side dish. Where some of the other countries like Chile, they would have fewer ingredients like this one. This is from our Chilean friends, which is just avocado, mango, onion, lemon, lime. I didn't get limes because I think they were like $13 a kilo. And heaps and heaps of salt and pepper. You can put chili flakes, you can put a range of different herbs and spices in it, but keep this one pretty simple. And honestly, the mango just makes it slap, and it's very delicious. But the first thing you need to do is just cut the fish up super, super fine, which actually takes ages and is a little bit annoying. And I'm doing it a slow way just for the video, but you can kind of do a lot of little strips and then cut through it all, which is a bit more time efficient. But I don't think I've had this with red emperor yet. I may have with some of our other friends in Karratha, but we're going to give it a crack anyway. I love eating pretty much all of my fish as ceviche or raw. It's my favorite way to eat it. Like everyone does the fish wraps. I think we've shown you a couple other recipes we do, like almond crusted mustard fish. It's another go-to one we like doing. Oh, the shakshuka, like eggs, like Spanish eggs. You can do that with fish. That's quite nice. But yeah, I think I said in the video when I went fishing yesterday that we'd eaten so much fish recently. I was kind of like a little bit off it, and I love eating fish, so I haven't really eaten too much of it in the last couple of months. But I went out yesterday keen to get some fish and eat some fish because it's bloody good fresh and it's hot as up here at the moment. So having something like this as the ceviche dish where it is extremely refreshing and cool, and you can eat it the next day as all the juices soak in, it tastes even better. It's going to be very nice. But I'll just show you me cutting up the rest of it because I won't keep talking, and I'll go through the other ingredients as I get. So next thing we're going to do are the lemons. So you don't want any of the seeds in there. So usually I'd get a little sieve or one of those juicer things where it gets all the seeds out, but I don't know if Reggie has one. He's just moved into a new house and I don't want to go rummaging through all his stuff. So we'll get as much juice as we can out of this. And then a good little trick is you can shove a fork in there, because you can always get heaps more out, even though these lemons are povo as. Like, look how much rind is there. It's half the lemon. They smell all right though. Sometimes you'll find when you get lemons and that from Woolies, they don't even smell like fruit. They're just so smellless. These don't look like they have any seeds though, which is kind of good. But yeah, anyone that knows, doing this after fishing, all the little micro cuts and stuff you get on your hands. Lemon juices feel lovely, just activating all those cuts, but good way to heal it up quickly. So yeah, this is a massive, these 3 lemons cost $8. So handy to have a tree. Four massive lemons, that's all I get. We'll see how this goes with the fish. So essentially the lemon cooks the fish. The acid's in it. And I like to get the fish in there and then the lemon pretty much straight away. So while I'm getting everything else ready, it's already cooking. So next thing we'll go onion. You don't actually need to use a whole lot of this. So make it flat, probably like a third. There's a bit of a weird end on it. And then same thing with this, we want to cut it super, super fine. Reggie and Annie, they've got a whole truck out the back that opens up like a trailer with hundreds or thousands of these knives. So I could probably go out there and take my pick. Chili, chop him real fine as well. Beautiful. Avocado. Avocados are bloody bang on at the moment. Should probably use a butter knife for this. So another good thing about this as well is if you put tomato and lettuce and all that stuff in there, it goes all soggy and it's a bit yuck if you don't eat it all in one go. Where these ingredients, you might get another day or two out of it if it's just sitting in the fridge. It does go soft, but you don't get that soggy tomato taste, which is pretty gross. Don't do that. So I just went to cut that like an avo. Obviously, just go off the sides. Did it last time with frozen mango. So there's a bit of mango like puree in there. That was pretty good as well. Don't use mango from a can. Tried that, it's yuck. And then that's literally it. Now, give it a good stir. Make sure there's enough lemon juice in there. You want it to be like kind of halfway through it so that you can still see a bit of the liquid. You don't want it to be dry. Yeah, usually, like I said, a bit of lime, and then I'm going to put heaps of salt in here and pepper. And then just put it in the fridge. The longer you leave it, the better it tastes, but at least 15-20 minutes, I reckon. And yeah, that's it. So kind of probably, I don't know, 200-300 grams of fish, maybe 400 grams, and then yeah, 4 lemons or 3 lemons and a lime, or 2 lemons and a lime. Pretty much what I do is I'll taste it after 15 minutes, and if I think it needs more lemon or lime, I'll just put it in then. That's it. Super easy dish. You can add more avo, you can add more mango. I'm probably going to add another avo into that. I like heaps of avo in mine. And yeah, based off how acidic it is, more lemon, more lime, and heaps of salt. Salt makes it yum. And then I've got some nice sourdough bread with some butter. Dip it in. It's beautiful. So this is it. It doesn't look super appealing on camera, but all we do is get a bit of bread. It's going to be a bit hard for me to do this because I've got the camera in my hand. So after that bite, I forgot to add the salt and pepper like I said before. So you can say I put a fair bit in there. And I'll give you an honest rating on the Red Emperor ceviche. So I don't think Red Emperor is actually the best eating fish. I reckon it's good, definitely really good, but not the best. And some fish isn't that good as ceviche. But out of 10 as a fish for ceviche, I'd give it probably a good 7.5 to 8. I'd definitely do it in ceviche again. Some fish just don't work as well as others, but Red Emperor, I'm rating this one.